Yeah, I can hear voices.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're talking about
Can?
the stream?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Yeah.
the VOD of the stream.
Yep, I can hear both in the VOD.
Nice. I'm not talking about the live feed also. I'm talking about the VOD.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and Idol
I'm
is
not talking
confirming
about
that.
any stream or VOD.
Yeah,
One more run.
Idol is confirming that the voices are audible.
Nice.
Rexy, join DLC.
Yeah, you can join Team Worth It. Or
Sure.
3D Crawlies. We watched the numbers change a little bit.
Every time the leaderboard updates, it's so terrifying looking.
Yeah, because the
It's just
challenge points keeps
shifting around.
changing.
Yeah,
All that.
and the entire thing shifts around. It's like that. It's what's happening, man.
I know.
Is it legal? Tournament legal? I think so.
It is possible to join late.
Cow joined so late last one, didn't he? Or like 2 ago or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, DLC 3, a cow joined in like the last week, I think. Like
Okay,
the last
that
2 weeks.
There are a few
Yeah,
people
that
that
was the
joined
one I meant.
halfway. Alright, time's up.
Yeah.
Time for the final script update.
I want to get Silver 2 right now.
I'm assuming the
is-
challenges are all correct as well.
Yeah, doing one
Dude, I
less
just
script.
got Silver 2.
Does it count? Maybe it counts. I don't know.
I don't know. Let it count,
Worthless,
please.
Clinching the sweep. But what happened to challenge? But what happened to the chat messages? Let's do a quick tally.
I spammed as hard as I could. I really did.
I really would drop this one too.
Okay, I gotta do a few things to unhide the leaderboards and all that. So give me a moment, and then we'll, resume as scheduled. But that is the deadline.
How do you tell what's going on?
How do I tell what's going on?
The-
What do you mean?
Challenge on the challenges page.
Do you mean the results? It's in order from left to right, the team number of the placement order. It's more for the people editing the sheet than otherwise. There's not really a good output for it.
All right.
You just have to
I
look at
will
the
just
leaderboard.
push. I'll just look at the leaderboard. I mean, I don't think anybody's followed me in the last. Was it Foggy Doggy?
Alright, I think stuff's unhidden. And this is all okay. I'm just gonna send another nice reminder to chat. In the meantime, do the round 1 map poll. Vote on your favorite maps, and we'll check out the results shortly as well.
I determined this morning that I should have waited to do the map poll because after grinding Wysosly's post day one the second time, that would have gotten like -2 from what I previously gave it.
Yeah.
So like, just everybody know at Spirit that Wysosly's got like a 4 or 5 rating when it should have got like a 2.
Yeah, I've been complaining about that. I've been complaining about that map since last week. So
I literally got my sub 13 or whatever it was day 1. Is it sub 14 or 20?
it's
Sub
also-
20.
Isn't it like 20?
It's 20.
What do you mean 14?
This guy's cheating.
What are we playing
I
on
got
basketball?
my 19.9 day 1, and it was record for like 3-4 days. And then I came back to it like this morning, and I was like, I'm not even top 10. And then I grinded it for
Yeah.
a while, and I was like, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Alright, Rodin, can you edit in some message counts in the sheet for fun?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, I'll read them all. So, Worthless got 1755.
No.
And
Worth
we are
it,
perhaps just hanging
613.
on.
Creepy Crawlies, 1296. Rat.io, 1899.
Oh, just short.
Oh, you guys have been a little inactive, huh?
Yeah. V ceilings, 851. Z team, 198. And then, put them in summary and update chat messages. The mouse over. And I think we're good. So yeah, good job to Team Worthless for the round 1 sweep, but it won't be so easy next time. Or so I hear. The rankings went all over the place throughout the week. I think I've seen most teams in first place at different times. And Team V Ceilings was putting up a good fight in the final day, but Team Worthless with a big drive. Yeah, even more recently than that.
They get 19 challenge points.
Yeah, so
I think we're just in the most challenges.
they are in the most challenges, but not by much. So looking at the challenges page, we got 10 challenges that include Worthless. The team with the least is only 7 challenges. But the thing is, Team Worthless won most of their challenges. They got a lot of challenge points. So challenge points, that's something that if you're unaware, the scoring. So challenges, you get 1 point per win and 1 point per opponent beaten. So for a 6-player challenge, you get 6 points if you win. In a 2-player challenge, you get 2 points if you win. But, for each person you beat, then you'll get a point anyway. And then the round 1 summary tallies up everything. So we have the challenge points. They got 19 from all that. So good job to them for winning a lot of challenges. A lot of the other challenges were more split in terms of how often teams were winning. But it was looking like Worthless was going to be doing not as well on level points and only good on key totals. But then they brought it back with what was a very close race for level points. So level points, so according to the scoring, that's just the top 20s for each of the 6 leaderboards. World record 5 points, top 3 4 points, top 6 3 points, top 10 2 points, top 20 is 1 point. We have all these times here. See a lot of like Nighthawk, JVC, Miles, Cow, Ite on a lot of them. But the thing is, that one was very close. That could have gone anyway. So, Worthless kind of pulling it out in the end. Right there. But, if you guys think that, oh no, we didn't do so well, Worthless is in the lead, will never ever make it back, well, I'll have you guys know that round points are going to increase in value each round. So, just because you won round 1, round 2 is going to be worth a little bit more than round 1. And round 3 will be worth a little bit more than that. So there's going to be a little bit of a comeback factor going on. All you have to do is, do a lot of challenges and win some challenges, earn a lot of keys, get top 20s. That's what points are worth. You can see once everything's ranked, these 3 categories, they're all equal in the end. If anyone has questions on how it works, just check out the scoring tab or just ask in the Discord. But that's the current team wrap up.
Let's watch some replays.
Pretty close a lot of the time, but Worthless pulled
Happy
away.
Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, you too.
All right, let's So we had 6 leaderboards, 10 invert keys. We're gonna go from left to right on the leaderboards. So we're gonna start with Syzygy, but just a quick overview first. I think did the top 3 remain the same? Yeah. So the top 3 in each level ended up being an order of Camel, Uckies, and Arb. So good job to the 3 of them for being top 3 on every level. And in addition to that, they each got 2 world records. So the 3 of them all have the same number of points, and they also got all invert pluses as well. So
Dang.
there are a handful of people that got all 6 reds, and a lot of people that got 10 invert pluses. You can see them on the round 1 players list. Good job to everybody that did all that. You can also see you keep tracking keys for all rounds eventually, and roster summarizes it all too. So the only difference between Camel, Uckies, and Arb at the moment is that the ranking, the arbitrary ranking value that's assigned to players, Camel is a red 5 rank, and we have Arb and Uckies at rank red 4. The reason why is because Camel had better key values on levels. I think that's mostly thanks to Syzygy being a tier better.
Yeah. I think
So Camel would be
I
a
would've
technical
needed
lead
2
if
more
you want
maps,
to do
yeah.
it that way.
I think I needed 2 more maps at red 3. I think I just needed 1 more at red 3 for the red 5.
Yeah, yeah. It's based a bit more on the worst value. So Camel's worst value is a red 2. He only has 1 of them though. Then he has red 3s. I don't remember exactly how it works. Uckies has 2 red 2s. That's why he's a red 4. Only red 4 tier.
Lucky is bad.
Yeah, Arb's got 3 red 2s. But good job to those 3 and everybody else for earning all their keys and all that. If anyone still wants to earn keys, they still can. The keys will be the only things carrying over between rounds, but we'll talk about that more another time. I think let's just move on to watch some replays when we get that ready.
Yeah, I am excited for Syzygy, because this map should have quite a lot of variance in how people approach this.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I would think the strats kind of converge toward the top, but like lower down, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of variety.
Yep. We are gonna start with Syzygy. Make sure I got everything ready.
No dog in chat saying that it did not converge. All right,
Not-
well,
Oh my god, spoilers!
Alright, so Syzygy, very complex level to start. Had a lot of different rooms, very long level. Other than Cyber Complex 5, this is the longest level that we've ever had on the DLC. You'll notice soon that this is going to be a little bit of a trend. Syzygy is going to be more routing heavy than the following round's longest maps. But consider it the first boss, if you will. And there will be a second boss soon enough. So on Syzygy, Red 1 was 53 seconds. We have everybody in top 10, including 10th place Miles, squeaked in for the Red 1. That was quite a grind for Miles, I heard.
alright, let's go.
Anything under 1 minute was gold, which looks like we got 30 people for that. Good job to all of our gold players, gold earners. Silver was 115 and wood 140. So Sometimes I like to show off some of the slower runs. No offense to the slower runs that I show off, but you know, sometimes it's just a struggle to play the levels. They're not easy.
Yep.
So let's
especially these longer ones for sure.
Along the map,
let's
the
check
more
out
you
a
can
silver one.
Screw up.
Oh,
Yep.
look, replays work.
Nice.
There's some strats here.
Yeah, there are. There are.
It's a
quite
very
lot.
complicated level.
Some strats at all time.
I cannot wait to show off the tests. There are some really funny. There's some really funny stuff you can do on this.
All right, Alcove Super.
Okay. Miles was a big fan of that super. He was trying to push it
Oh,
on my
really?
team for a while. I told him I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that I thought it was bad.
Foxy not leaving much dust for later. So in 2 of the maps this round, we had less dust required for a super. This was one of them, and it had 75 dust per super. Not quite as easy to notice when it's 75 versus 100, but it allows for a little bit more supering in the levels. So I can definitely excuse some people for not noticing, or counting for that matter.
I also didn't know.
Well, you got used to it.
Yeah, it's like at a threshold where it's kind of hard to notice if you're not really looking out for it. Like 75 is not that much less than 100 combo. So.
Dev 2000 with the gold 1.
I also just made Miles count dust for me anytime I was like, will I have a super by here if I super here?
And when there we go. The ghost is
Dev
gone.
with the super there. Interesting spot. We'll probably see a variety of super locations. There were multiple of them planned out. So I am curious to see what people end up doing.
Yeah, same here.
Miles had a little bit of inspiration in a few parts of the level taken from Firefly Forest. For those
Yeah,
that
I was
noticed
about.
any
I was
similarities.
I was thinking, like, right at the start of the week, that room, right that we just saw on stream, is like basically exactly from Firefly.
Yeah.
Like,
But no trees that are missing their trunks.
yeah, true. Not that we see anyway.
Yeah. Alright, let me reference leaderboard. I want to try to show a variety of teams. Alright, Ronan, can you keep track of anyone that was in like a challenge or anything? Were you in a challenge on this level? Who was? And I'll show people's replays. If anyone has requests, like what replays they want me to show off, I can do that. Anything that's, you know, we're starting with the main leaderboard, obviously. And then we'll move on to the other challenges on the level. But just try to direct me to ones that were involved in challenges, because I don't have everything up in front of me. And I don't.
Matt and Hasty were on a challenge here, Idle says.
It's fine.
Matt
Let it
Hasty.
go.
Yeah, Matt and Hasty.
Alright, we had a 114 and 127.
Oh, it was a kid challenge, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's switch over to a Worth player who kept a Worth run.
Whoa, that's scary stuff.
Yeah, I think I was playing around with the idea of using words on this, but I never really dove too far into it. I think my first attempt at strats from work, like it was ended up being slower than man. So I was like, maybe he's good here. I don't feel like looking into it any further.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he had potential, but I wasn't gonna be the one to do it.
Yeah, I think everybody just started as man, and they're like, we're just gonna stay as man. You know, it's probably
It is
a
a
man
long
level.
level.
Well, I guess. But Dill here thinking, I'm gonna be different and try Worth.
No ghost in sight, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
True.
Yeah, you won't be in sight soon either.
Yeah, I know.
Can't believe it. Dead.
Yeah, I feel like Worth probably had potential here, just unexplored.
Air Bear with 20th
And like
place.
definitely for me, it was just like I started the man, and I don't feel like learning another character for like a 50-second long map. You know,
Yeah.
not within the span of a week.
I didn't even want
No.
to learn a new character on a 20-second level.
Yeah, that's fair.
Notable strat difference there, hitting that dust from below.
Yeah, no one doing the
Get
same
him, Hair
thing.
Bear, get him.
Yeah. We may or may not normalize a little bit on a few runs.
Yeah.
But that's probably more of a top 10 kind of thing to worry about. Saving super.
Yeah, don't remind me. Don't remind me, Idol. Don't remind me.
The shame, the horror.
I like when HGT's in trouble. I think it's funny.
Okay, those are the 6 players. Alex just missing out on red by 2 frames. Actually 3 frames because it would have been .001. The rare occurrence.
Ah, true. The
Where
good
you
old,
could've
the
been
good
a
old
millisecond off
rounding
the
error.
gold or red.
Yeah, the good old rounding error.
Okay, so all those are in top 10. Quantum, I think, didn't SS it, as you can see at the bottom of the leaderboards.
Huh.
We have Dello with
Quantum,
the low percent.
Yeah.
Quantum getting the 1 point over HGT.
So,
Yes.
that's crazy, man. That's actually
Yeah,
crazy.
all HGT needed to do was SS it at all. Let's see if that would have mattered
I do
at all.
take at least partial blame for that, but
I also like to just point out in advance that Dello challenged me to the fast challenge on this map, and he
Oh, yeah.
never played it. He was
Yeah.
literally the one who challenged me and Maso in the first place.
So if HGT
Yeah.
would have SS at this
Never
level,
played it.
Rad.io would have gotten a team point.
nice.
You would have earned a whole team point.
Oh.
Wouldn't have mattered, but you know, nice.
I mean, 1 team point was a team point. But you could have done that in any other challenger too, as well. Alright, on to more replays. This was
Yeah. Anyway, let us not linger on what
Was-
ifs.
Yeah. I should just play more replays. And get in the recap mindset. Abos and Alex, the top 2 on Team Worth It here. Not representing Worth, but also not cracking into the top 10, unfortunately. So, it may be a mystery how to save more time. But that's okay, a lot of teams had their off levels.
Man, here are some struts that I never thought of, I'll tell you that much.
I'm curious what like the fast strat is going to be for this like ending super. Because I
Oh, you
never
will
got
see.
this long.
There is some really silly stuff on this map. I will tell you that.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know what Camel and Luckies are doing. I don't do any of the crazy stuff, but we'll see.
Well, there may be some similarities between Skyhawk and Camel, both on the Z team.
Both playing girl.
Yep.
Mhm.
I did hear that there was a reason Camel picked girl that isn't really that important, but it is that up heavy after the super. Man
Really?
can hit that. You just have to, get a little hit rise. Girl doesn't have to
Right,
wait for
yeah.
that. I don't think there was anything else though. Alright, Skyhawk probably with the little spoil.
Interesting.
Preview of Camel
What
strats
the
that I know
flip?
of.
You know,
Should have known.
I literally knew that existed and I thought it was bad.
Alright, there's super number whatever.
Oh, get another super.
I'm pretty sure that's similar to what Camel does, except not
Very
quite
cool.
as fast.
I'm sorry, Miles. I thought it was bad. I thought it was slow.
Can't
I think
believe
you
you'd
saw me do that a
backstab-
couple times, like early on.
It does.
Can't believe you'd backstab your teammate like this.
No,
I'll reset
might be worth clearing some ghosts.
after this one.
Yeah.
It seems like at least the start is kind of coalescing.
Yeah, Down to Dusk
Oh,
and
maybe.
Skyhawk doing very similarly.
Yeah.
Except there.
They're also both doing a strat that Miles thought could be good that I thought was bad.
Which one?
The top left alcove, like taking the corner boost into it.
Oh yeah, I know. Down to Dusk taking the lead over Skyhawk with the super. But Skyhawk about to get another super.
Yeah, Donna Dusk is doing basically all the strats that I do, just way better.
Makes you think about that 2 super play a little, perhaps.
Yeah, interesting option.
I think girls side heavy makes the climb a bit easier too, but it's probably pretty minimal.
I mean, I never had any issues with the climb using Ben's heavy, so.
I didn't
There's-
really either, but I know that Miles was missing some dust a couple times.
Yeah, if there's a difference there, it would be very minimal.
Dang, there's no ghosts in sight. Alex must just be that fast.
Yep.
This game.
I mean, they call him Alex Speedy for a reason, yeah.
Just 3 frames away.
Unfortunate.
0.1 away from top 10 as well.
I mean, there wasn't much time saved, so.
It was a pretty clean run, but it wasn't spectacular in
frames,
any
3 frames,
real
yeah.
way.
Yeah, 3 frames is 3 frames, you know?
Yeah, you can make that up anywhere in the level. Alex with a.
Where does Miles
pretty
save the
consistent lead.
time?
It's got to be the multiple supers near the end, right?
Well, for Camel maybe.
It's not.
For this one,
No.
Miles takes the lead before the climb.
I guess it's just better execution through that section.
Bit different strats.
Better ending for Miles. Missed a little dash there, but that's 0.1 for you.
Yep. This is wildly different strats, like he says. The person with second place on the map.
Aki's just like impressed on all the different ways we managed to mess up the route.
All the different ways we didn't get top 3.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I didn't even think you could try that. You're wasting time in so many exciting ways.
A lot of Idol and Alex similarities, though. But I think Alex's undoing is mostly the end.
Yeah, Camel got a really good timing on these.
What happened to the triple super strats? I liked those. Come, we get those back in.
We might have to wait until Camel. Barely squeaking by Miles there. Good old 1 frame time save.
Nice. Oh, it actually is 1 frame. That's why are there so many runs within 1 frame here? That's crazy.
Wazzy about to save a little bit more than 1 frame. Going around.
Huh.
Perhaps a
couldn't get any
preview
of
of
that to be
Lucky's
good.
stats.
I tried that a bunch. I just couldn't get it to come out faster.
Yeah. Oh, what the?
Oh. Ooh.
That was some slick movement there.
Idol with a big
That
lead.
downlight's also interesting.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, what is this?
Idol has to do that section without a super.
What
Yeah.
what on earth did Wazzy just do there, bro?
Moved.
I swear he just like supered and then hit dust that he could have hit with the super.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This, I believe, is a pretty early run, but it was actually pretty foundational for some strats that we used.
Oh.
Wow, I don't like any of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Didn't
thought
feel
I
very
liked it, and
strong.
then I didn't when I saw how it ended.
I like that
That
down.
down heavy's cool, yeah.
I discovered that. I didn't know if if it was fast, but
That down heavy's also cool.
oh, okay.
It's a trade-off.
It's a map full of trade-offs.
It is. Skip mine for Nighthawks. Mine's just a scuffed version of his.
Same thing. Oh, is it funny bad though?
Not really.
Okay.
That sounds
I have
like
funny bad later on. I'll tell you when we get to funny bad. It's just bad. But I didn't need the points, and I was at my threshold, and Duck never bought me, so I was like, okay, sure.
Let's go, Maso, representing.
Yeah, Maso highest rank here on Team B ceilings, getting 2nd place in the big challenge.
My goat.
2nd to
Maso
to
really do
Nighthawk,
be
who we'll see soon.
Slapping.
Yeah, like this. I was saying this map's like so many routing choices, and nothing that's like very clearly faster. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but very little that's very clearly faster.
We went with this super.
This is the first one I've seen where, like, there's some stuff that I think is just strictly better than a couple of the things we did. I also think there's some that's strictly worse.
Well, that is a 2/3 second difference, and we're gonna
gaps.
keep going down. The time gaps increase.
Do they though? Do they? Nighthawk out here making me sweat the entire week, dude.
Well, there's some potential time save there, perhaps.
Yeah.
but one frame away from third place.
Yeah, this was way too close for comfort, man.
A reminder to
Interesting,
how
light there.
frame ties work. There are no frame ties. Do not have any meaningfulness in DLC. What matters is who got it first. We'll see a couple frame
Ooh,
ties a
okay.
little bit later that mattered. But even if you get a frame tie, it matters if you beat them. It matters who's higher on the leaderboard.
Be really relevant for my week 2 map, construction site part 2. Hope everybody's ready to grind on release day.
It's OSHA certified, right?
Arb almost choking the ending.
Yeah, very much.
Did you just ledge cancel the top there? Did you double jump
Yeah.
into the dust block?
Not in the dust block, no. I tried the dust block and then.
But you used both jumps to climb there.
Okay, I want to see some
Yeah.
really weird stuff out of
Interesting.
these top 2 runs. Okay. Already kind of... Ooh, wow. What the flip and flop? And...
Oh, Wookies actually went for the reverse alcove there, dude. Alright. I can never get that to be faster RTA.
Yeah, I also couldn't get it to be faster.
Rare
That's
case
what I tried.
where
That's
our players in the lead that we're watching.
Yeah, this map is very nice for the DLC format, right? Just so much variety
Yeah.
in what you can do here.
Is a down light, like, actually the tech there?
For
You're talking about the far right dust?
Yeah. Like, does it reach slightly further?
Probably.
And
You
here
mean
we are
versus the
thinking
side
another
light?
team
Yes.
that
Downlight's better than side for sure, but
I just
versus
wonder.
heavy, I don't know. That would be more.
But how
Compare
does
what
Camel
thing?
do it?
And there's the record. How does someone
Really?
say...
Camel's throwing away time!
Camel not in the lead.
What is Camel doing?
Okay,
good.
I thought
Camel
you
in
said
the
this
lead.
would be better.
Alright, he's okay now.
oh dear. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Cool, cool, cool.
Okay, this isn't as different from, like, the strats we were using as I expected it to be. Okay, it's
Man,
not
after seeing...
Alright, yeah, that's super.
Interesting.
Yeah, I tried this super in the Firefly room.
It was
Never
Skyhawk
could get it
the
to be
same team
faster.
as Camel?
Yep.
Okay, no wonder that was the same strat.
After seeing all these
Ooh, okay.
replays, I'm thinking that there's like at least a full second of time save if you combine strats left.
Level is kind of cool.
Well, speaking of that, time to see the test.
Well, one more Camel run first. Yeah.
Yeah, one more yellow run.
Just a clean visualization.
I also felt the same way on Peace of Mind actually. Like I swear you guys all at the top were doing a strat or two that I'm just like, there's just no way this is good. It's like I don't know if I was wrong or what, but I was coming up faster in those segments like always.
Yeah.
But then I
No, I
couldn't
mean
do
there's
the
some
super.
there's some stuff that I'm aware of that I wasn't doing, but mainly for lack of time. But
I mean I never even got a run, so
very cool handling of this room though from Camel.
It feels like it just has to be slow, but I guess it isn't.
yeah, but execution diff. I mean I didn't execute it ever. So
Alright, Arb taking the lead.
Pretty definitively. My goodness.
Alright, going for the reverse thing.
a lot of ledge cancels.
So for those unaware, on many levels, in fact all the leaderboards this time, Arv has made a
That's cool.
low tab, and we're gonna enjoy those as well. And one of the invert categories.
Yeah, the invert category at Zonda's request.
Oh.
Wait, so the second... The... super strat wasn't
Okay.
fast. Oh!
What is happening?
What is...
You guys didn't do that one.
Version of the Astral Order is what that is.
I was wondering if anyone would do something like that.
Yeah, the way that I did that last room, I was actually thinking about that like basically from day one, and I just never got around to testing it until like the end of the week.
Yeah, I think a big one we missed was the first super. How you guys go right and then get the dust from under.
I am interested in testing the triple super route though, because I hadn't even considered using it.
Wow. Okay, how do you just climb up that wall without losing any speed?
It is a very precise up dash, which is why I just never even tried it RTA. I was just like, this saves time, but I won't be able to miss eye time with it. So.
Alright, so low percent was the invert key category here. And we had a rare grind from Dello. One of the only things he did this round was specifically this, and he had a pretty good record on low percent by the sound of it. Both Dello and Wazi representing the creepy crawlies in 1 and 2. In order to reach invert plus, you were required to get, let's see, 54 seconds. So levels possible to complete without getting any dust, as all characters. So just doing it got you an invert. So everybody that's on the leaderboard, I got that. There were plenty of them. There were 34 inverts, and 16 of them were invert plus. I can't scroll down this for some reason.
I guess we're just watching top 10.
Yeah, so let's check out 10th.
Try reloading the board. Like you were talking about the task before, so maybe there's something got bugged out.
But we're not gonna watch as many of the.
Honestly, I don't think we need to watch like 20 replays
Yeah.
of these.
We'll watch a few of them here and there. I just wanted to show a slower one and then a few faster.
Oh, that's. So I know that I have a better time than this, but the start of that made so much more sense than when I did.
Hasty found a pretty cool strat for this.
You have to.
I think I
take your
basically
time
just like
falling
did
through
a run that like got the time, and I was like, yeah, this is fine.
Yep, that's the point of
Basically
inverts.
same.
You don't have to grind them too much.
Yeah.
The invert pluses you'll occasionally need some harder grinds for, but the keys are going to vary in difficulty, as people have seen. That goes for both inverts and also the standard keys. So we had a variety of difficulty of key types. No, I can't seem to scroll down this.
Interesting.
Alright, so any particular ones in top 10 worth watching? Or I'll just skip to say like Camel and Dello or something.
As far as I know, you can skip up.
Yeah.
Alright, Camel and Dello are on separate teams, so I'll watch them instead of like Dello and Wazi.
Yeah.
But mostly they should look pretty similar in terms of, needing to skip certain dust.
Yeah.
Not a leaderboard, so you don't have to worry about going too fast. But if you're Dello, I guess the pride was on the line.
Was Dello in a challenge for it?
No.
I don't think he was. I think he just did the map.
Dello was, in fact, in a challenge on a different category in this map that he neglected.
That he didn't play.
I don't think he played. I don't think Doug played it either. So.
Well, that was the one on Wysosceles.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. Wysosceles. Right.
So Dello just throwing away free points.
Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I gotcha. Alright, what did Dello do? Let's see.
Well, he's gonna make a comeback, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay, that was the strat that Hasty found for us. That I don't know if anybody did.
Oh,
because
that's sick. Yeah.
It was big time
we'd
too.
all already done it, I think.
That might be it.
Yeah, that is sick, actually.
It was
Camo
really
gaining
cool,
the
yeah.
fall.
Bro, this fall is like that fall
Okay.
bothers me.
Sketchy?
It's just like
Okay, I did that. I found the strat for our team.
I was doing this climb after I saw, I think Maso had it in their run. Or it might have been Idle.
Alright.
Delo's
job
just
to
the
Dello.
goat.
Did something.
Delo owned.
you didn't actually own, dude.
This was a man only, right?
Yes.
It obviously
The
works
reason
as
why
other characters.
Girl
too.
was excluded here.
It was just man. Let's see what else we got. How many people did the fast challenge?
Just me and Maso. Well, Delo was the one who challenged us and didn't play it.
So for those who want to know what fast is, basically there's not really any friction. It's a little bit uncontrollable. When you do things, it carries over your velocity.
Yeah.
We're probably going to see these players try to mitigate the effects of fast as much
Yes.
as possible.
Oh, where's he
and
going?
not try to go fast.
Oh shit.
So when fast is ever used, it's usually like an any percent kind of category because you want to skip stuff.
Oh, I like the wraparound there.
Yeah.
And it's easy
Yeah,
to
it's
reset
kind
your
of a
speed
pain
when you
to-
do things like climb over ledges.
Right.
And it's really easy to gain speed when you dash back and forth or down dash.
Yeah, I do love the kid task strat for fast, where you just like spam dashes and lights, so you just dash over and over again,
Yeah.
real fast. Obviously, not really usable RTA, but yeah.
Fast is one of the plugins that you may have to keep an eye out for later. It's an occasional invert kind of category. So
Yep.
it may or may not get used. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, we need some fast. We need some broom. We need some blindfold.
I don't know about broom and blindfold. I don't know what you're cooking. man.
Nah. I say
some
this
of
as
them are
someone
DLC
who
classics.
I say this as someone who is absolutely terrible at blindfold. It just has to be in though. My 30-minute run on tower will speak for itself.
Well, it doesn't sound very healthy at all.
I like you just fall through the dust block.
These runs were far from clean. I'll say that. Not very easy to control.
That might be an understatement, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about being thorough. It's about being as fast as humanly possible. Like somebody's coming over, you have to shove everything under the bed.
Yeah,
What else did we have here? Low attack.
Oh right,
sounds
yeah. There was
familiar.
there was a low attack between Miles and
Miles of
DC,
DC,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
I'll check those out.
Since we are sort of on the topic of invert keys, Sander, can I point out that in the poll, you should add the option for like, I didn't play for invert keys again in the respective
Yep.
question.
Too late. I'll do that. I'll do it next
Yes.
round.
Yes.
There are a lot of people that already did it, but good idea.
Okay.
I just forgot.
Actually, it was a really fun grind.
There are actually a lot of people that did try out the inverts this time, so I think the inverts were a really good success. Inverts in the past were not anywhere near as popular. In fact, DLC 6 has the best numbers in terms of like number of active players and the players that are most active as well. So, you know, more people playing the maps, and also the players are just more active. They're doing more stuff. So
I thought the
really good to
inverts were
see
a
that.
lot better round, or a lot more enjoyable, I guess.
A lot of the teams outperformed expectations. Probably all of them outperformed, honestly.
Yeah. Uggies, you can partially blame me for the time on that one.
So Miles and DCBC doing a low attack challenge here. There was another low attack challenge on Crawley Cave 6 that DCBC was in. You'll get to see the same kind of stuff, except with more attacking because there are actual enemies there. And unfortunately, you can't super in low attack because it makes the replay invalid. We'll get to see that in Foggy Doggy Boggy's invert. Which is the next thing we're gonna show.
Yeah, speaking of that invert, oh boy. I can't wait to see what Uggies did on that.
I'm
Wait,
so
is it Uggies or
confused.
Cow that got the 6 attack?
Yeah,
There was
that's
a
funny.
funny
Let's talk
attack. I forgot
about
what was going on.
that. That's a good segue. So Foggy Doggy Boggy is the next map we're gonna see, and the invert key was low attack. The requirement for invert was 13 SD, which is very lenient. It just required doubling up one wolf and one turkey, and that's all you need to do. You could even make a mistake. You could go for 10 and make a mistake. 10 was the invert plus, and you needed to SS it. And that's pretty reasonable. We were considering lower than 10 because I knew at the time that it could go lower.
God.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm convinced by these people that I'm pitching this idea to. I guess I'll just make it 10. And then if they want to go lower, it's good challenge bait for people like Cow and, you know, everyone else that likes to do those kinds of challenges. And I was very correct. I was able to instigate things behind the scenes a little bit, get the gears moving. Got to hang out in a couple voice calls here and there. Mostly I got to see Cow do the labbing. Got to see some labbing from other teams in their channels as well. So in order to do a 10 attack run, let me show off the fastest 10 attack run by Idle.
Woo, let's
Also
go
in the
Idle.
challenge.
Oh, you played
We
with
should
it? Never mind.
go.
You cringe.
Idle who is also in the challenge. So this is the invert plus, and this is the invert plus route. You gotta hit a wolf and some turkeys together.
Honestly, just fantastic gameplay from here.
Yeah, fastest invert plus. And then don't choke the ending. So, you know, that's 10 attacks. But how could you possibly save attacks? Is the question. Do we happen to have any 9 or 8 attack replays
I think it's just
handy?
I think
Those
it's
would be
just the
helpful.
6 and the 7.
Yeah, I think it's just the Cow and
Yeah,
Uggies
the people who
7.
did the 9 and 8 went further on, I think.
Yeah.
Or
So,
Cow didn't
no.
have an 8, right? I'm pretty. At some point he had an 8. I don't
Yeah.
know where it is now, but
If someone could
Possibly.
get the 8 attack one for me, just put it in chat, ideally.
Alright, Idle is scouting out for it.
Alright. Then I'll show that one next. But I will give a little preview of the problem with this. So you've got a wolf, and this wolf has to go over this lip, this tile right here.
Alright,
and this is a bit of a problem. So if you want to save any attacks, you either have to bring this wolf all the way over to these guys, or you got to bring all these guys over to this wolf. And, well, I did kind
One
of
of those
skip
is
the
possible.
end and be like, let's bring the wolf over there. That makes way more sense. This wolf can't climb this wall. Alright, these are 2 different replays. Let's see what these are. SB, SS. Let's watch the SS. So, how can you save those attacks? Well, Cow here has an 8 attack SS. First, we do a little damage to this wolf, because it doesn't really matter when you do that attack. You'll see why soon. Okay, so the wolf gets attacked there. Took 1 attack to bring it over. 2 attacks to bring it over this ledge. Gotta make it jump. Try to line up the wolves, sink them a little bit, and gotta do the ending. So we did the 1 attack earlier on the wolf because we only did 1 light later for 5 damage to the first wolf, and didn't want to kill the other wolf early. So that's 8 attacks. Let's check out 7 attacks. You can kind of see where things are going.
I actually had no idea you could do the ending with 1 light attack. I like how optimized Cow's route is for time.
Well, Cow had to do more attempts.
And surely you can't save an attack.
So still doing the attack there. Doing 1 attack there now.
So that's the difference. Just 1 attack to get over the second lip.
That is extremely janky. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, working to find some setups as well. So there we go. That's Cow's PB.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
But how do you save another attack?
The amount of labbing that our team did trying to figure out how to get the wolf over the ledge.
Alright, Aki's getting some dust over here first. Neglecting to bring the first wolf over. Saving it for later.
Yep.
Alright, gonna bait the wolf to the wall.
So you just get him. Can you just get him like so much speed that it just makes the jump?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Oh, that's so.
What?
Oh my god, I was right.
You
No
were
way.
right. I thought that Cow told us that it couldn't attack in that state.
yeah,
It can.
So we
it's
dismissed
really
that
precise.
idea.
That's
Yeah,
why I
was
do
just
like the
sitting there
weird
in
wall
your
jumps.
team channel, just being like,
Yeah, what's with the wall? You bring it to the wall.
Manipulating the position to be slightly to the right, so that actually
Yeah.
the problem is that it needs to get like a really high boost up when it hits the wall,
Yep.
but that doesn't
exactly.
always happen.
Yeah.
And that's why the first time, this is sort of the obvious thing you try, and then you're like, oh well, it doesn't have enough height, but it turns out that sometimes it can have enough height.
yeah.
You
So
just
let's
need
learn
to kind
together.
of find the right positioning.
Well, let's
Yeah,
see
we
how this
thought that it could
AI
have enough.
works. So,
Right, we just literally thought it couldn't attack.
so you guys are gonna notice there's a box around this wolf. When you enter the box, so right now the wolf is on its follow path. It just cares about, where its home is, where that 1 dot there signifying where it belongs. You enter the box, and then it becomes a big circle. When you enter the box, it then decides to follow you around. It keeps its distance. That's the name of the state. Keep distance. And based on when there's line of sight, it'll follow you. So it happened to have line of sight up there in Lucky's replay, so it went off to the left side. When you enter this box, but you're not within this range right here, then it will aggro and attack you. And the box expands based on when it's moving. So Aki's out of the box for now. It gets in there, it aggroes it. It's too close to get aggroed because it's within that little window. This works exactly the same way as knights do, if those are curious. If anyone cares about that. Wolves and Knight, basically the same thing. Just one is in armor. There's a little bit more going on for differences, but you know, funny to think about. He's doing the same manipulation to make them sync up as well, and then getting some crisp attacks at the end. But not heavy.
Very nice.
Claps.
There you go. I will say the line of sight is like super broken. It makes absolutely no sense. It
really
just goes
is.
through some
really
walls
broken.
and it doesn't go through other walls. It's really strange.
You know, I'm also. I will say, I'm not convinced. I'm still pretty convinced that 5 attacks is possible here. Just like, it seems so close to working. I could never get it, but
I feel like the wolf can't get enough speed for the second ledge, but you know, who knows?
Yeah.
So one more time, I'll just. I'll show
Well, I mean, I did get a 5 attack run. If you don't remember.
yeah,
Would be any percent?
No, you didn't see my screenshot.
Oh, the 4 attack one. Yeah.
I got a 4 after I got. 5.
yeah, man, I got a 3 attack one, dude.
So if you pause like at the moment that it attacks here, like this little gap underneath the platform, it actually can't see you there, which is why I go there.
Yeah.
And then you dash back so it actually can see you. It's really strange. But everywhere else, even if you go down, it can just see you through the wall. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
line of
very
sight
strange.
is really weird.
You were very close to getting hit too.
Yeah, it's really close. And then this is deceptively precise too. Essentially, it needs to land as close to the wall as possible, but still on the slope. And then the frame after it needs to jump so that it has an upwards trajectory with its attack. Otherwise, it's not high enough to push it over with one attack.
Yo, that sounds fun, bro.
Yeah. This was super fun to route out, and it's crazy that this stuff actually works.
Yeah.
Well,
there
we
you go.
had, let's see, 28 people got invert plus here, 32 people got just invert, so not quite SS, but close. If any of you want to go for, you know, this in the future, you still can earn those keys, but you already, this is what we had for round 1, so. Alright, Foggy Doggy Boggy, the real rest of the level. I don't have anything else to show. Were there any challenges? Just list
There was a
anything
challenge.
worth showing, by the way. Here, the key times, this is the most lenient red key we've ever had. Thanks in part to underestimating, from lack of testing, how low it was going to go. Which, you know, when you got JVC making the level and Camel doing only kind of similar things, but not really that similar, and me unable to test it myself, you know, sometimes we're going to make mistakes, but that's fine. There are going to be some easier red keys every now and then. This will probably be the easiest if I had to guess. But
yeah, I only tested, man.
you know, similarly,
That's my
Isosceles
excuse.
2 also easier than any DLC 5 red key we ever had. For those curious, Isosceles 2 also had a lot of red keys. Red keys are a little bit easier. They'll in the future probably be somewhere in between Isosceles 2 and like probably Cave 6. You know, give or take a little bit, they're gonna fluctuate. But we'll have some hard ones too. Syzygy is not even that much harder than the other ones. Similar number of red keys. You know, 10 red keys on a level, not that bad. But let's scroll down. So we had 30 people with red key. Most of them
So many.
were Worth players. We got a few Brave Man players, and we have I think a kid player or 2 that didn't quite make it. Cow, I don't think that was Cow's PB. No, Cow got red, so. Let's see what Kid does.
What?
Yeah, oh boy.
Let's see what Kid does.
Alright. I think anytime you have this script with the lower meter requirement for super, you just got ultra janky routes.
Yep. But it's fun. A very condensed version of the kind of super routing for Miles' level.
Mm.
Let's see who just missed out on red. Everybody got a sub
bully them.
15. Let's check out Issa's, near last minute red key. There was a 4-way challenge between Rodent, Issa, Big Diesel, and who was the fourth person? Whoever got fourth, anyway. I think they were in. Oh, it was Air Bear, actually. Well, too bad for Air Bear. I'll throw in an Air Bear replay. Couldn't quite get red. Air Bear, unfortunately, on the team that didn't quite figure out the route. Only had man players for help.
Rip.
And we all know man players suck.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
Big
I didn't
Diesel
even see
with
the
a
two
late
plus ones
grind.
that you beat.
Able to beat out Issa at the end.
Wait, JVC, did you get red key?
What?
What? I'm legitimately asking. I don't remember what the red key was.
It was 1475, right?
He does have red, if you were concerned.
Sorry, that,
never
that
know with
question
JVC.
just threw me for a loop a bit. After we had just discussed it being the easiest red key.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's cool.
Alright, Rodent with some possible strat previews from rat.io. The team that did the most on the level.
surely
Yeah,
this
this,
can't be all the difference, right?
But what does man do?
What does man do here?
There was one strat I didn't end up, I guess kind of two that I didn't end up doing. If you want to rewatch this after, I can explain.
Yeah, you can say it.
Oh, okay. At the left side, you can. I don't know how to explain it without us being
Alright,
there.
well.
Oh well.
We'll just move on, I
Bummer.
guess.
Yeah, bummer.
Good story.
There's a heavy that can be a light, and a way you can line up a jump better.
Maso with
that's
the round big
super
diesel
warped.
copy.
Cool.
Yeah, shame on you, Ite.
Shame on Ite for putting zero activity and then just playing anyone.
I think it was a 1, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, it was a 1? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
All the same.
Reset goes for this one.
No, yeah, we're happy to see you play again, Ite.
Yeah.
Please don't leave again.
Well, we still have a half second to go. Still a half second to save.
Is this just gonna be execution div at this point? I don't know.
My understanding is it's a lot of little things in a lot of little spaces.
Everyone going right side there.
You're talking about where the big ceiling is?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Does that mean you took the ceiling? I hope somebody took the ceiling. I was so sad when the ceiling was bad.
I considered it, but
yeah. The ceiling was the intended strat.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No.
Which is bad and slow.
You know, see, this is why I asked you if you got invert. Oh, sorry, red.
Yeah, bad and slow.
I really hope there's better strats for this, second half, because it just felt so bad to, get the slant boost and then just slow down and down dash. But maybe that's just the best. It's the best that I could find, at least. Did you make a task of this, Arb, or?
Yeah, and it's like actual tests, like not just because like I got to a point where it was like, I could break another key tier if I like add task deck in, so I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, cool, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess most of these are gonna be low tats, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The usual restrictions like no RLJs, no LSJs, no MHBs, limited dwarfs if they're applicable, all that stuff.
Wait, was this a desync? It was one piece of dust. Okay.
The rare Mac Linux
Nice.
desync.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Linux. Wow, so I really... Okay, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. You didn't take the ceiling. That's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, sorry, man. That would have been tough to get 0.7 with the ceiling run.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa, what the? What? What is Camel
that works,
doing?
I guess. What the heck?
Camel being
How
the
does that
unique one
equal
of the
out?
bunch.
That was a late super too. What the heck?
I often wonder that. What is Camel doing? Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's really not good. But
No, but that worked
it's
out.
clever and creative.
He's
I
so good
appreciate
that it evens out either way. So.
Probably
boost speed
someone
by
threw.
arrow.
Man, was
Yeah.
right side really that
it's
much
super.
faster there?
Arb was thinking about red 6 for a little bit there, but needed to save another 0.1 for that to happen.
I actually looked back at that last. So if I look back at this replay, I actually lose like over 0.1 in the last room. So
The late dash, I guess you mean, right?
yeah, and like bad wall jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
How low does the
Nice run, man.
task go?
Yeah.
Sick run.
Well,
I like that strat
Okay,
at the
yeah,
start a lot.
early.
It's very
With an
cool.
LSJ.
Taking the slope early, I guess. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. I couldn't think of any ways to like break the 13 without adding in more stuff.
Yeah. Oh, actually, question. I don't know about this. The last like down dash you do, you have to do a light while falling. Does it actually matter if you do the light earlier or rather than later in the fall? Or?
It does because for some reason it like changes the how you line up with the slope. But like in RTA, it doesn't really make any difference.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like speed wise or anything.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird sampling problems that I
Sure.
really do not know how to explain.
No, fair enough. Yeah.
Something about like Riemann sampling, and I don't.
Okay, yeah, you already lost me.
Yeah.
Well, that's Foggy Doggy Boggy and all of its poggies.
Can I get some pogs in chat?
We're about to have Pogo for the Pog fans.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's skip to
Pogo.
Pogo, right? Let's actually watch it normal first, I think.
Yeah, this is yes, because the Pogo is some funny stuff.
Let's see. We had a out of bounds challenge that no one did. 3 points gone. We had a
Wait,
low
what?
percent
Duck,
challenge.
please.
Wait, what are you talking about? Nobody did it.
The only two
Me and
people
Cow
that
did
did
do it, but not the challenge.
Yeah, the only two people that did out of bounds were not the two challengers.
Yeah.
So
No
shouts to
way.
Dello and Duck for tossing
Yeah.
away 2 challenge
Do you think that they like
points.
planned that?
No, I think Doug thought that the round was longer than it was.
It was
so
not hard.
He hadn't. Yeah.
It's really easy, like really, really easy.
Isn't there
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
gap like at the end and then you just
Yeah,
go up?
so
or-
right here there's books labeling a clip, but it turns out you can't just make this jump normally. Instead, what you have to do is go get super, or even the apple if you want, and super,
Oh, okay.
and then jump, super, jump, and get out of there. And it was only a minute long. That's it.
Okay.
We did have
Well-
a low percent challenge with a boss and Cow though. Let's check that out. So low percent, just dodge all the dust.
Seeing
And-
A-Boss's clips about this, that was funny.
Yeah, there's a V ceiling in this level, and it shows exactly why I don't normally like V ceilings in DLC levels, because they tend to be inconsistent, especially when not spaced well. So it may look like a boss is just first try easy.
Oh wow,
peasy. This is the
Amos made that
only,
look so easy.
Yeah, that looked totally normal. Am I right? Well,
Yeah.
that's not easy to line up.
No, not at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
It's really bad to line up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
you wanna
often
look at
subject
the-
to like stuff and stuff.
The Apple world record, you could watch me fail that V ceiling for about 2 minutes straight.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'll have you know that when I declined low percent for an invert on this level, I also pointed out that there was one other strat you could use to get low percent and not do the V ceiling. But it's actually harder and slower.
Is it twirly somewhere?
No.
Let's see.
I'll give you guys a moment to think about it, but it skips the V ceiling. It's something that Huckies would have tried to do.
Is it a slope reversal or something?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Ah, yeah.
So you could have done a slope reversal right here.
Two
Yeah,
tile,
that's
let's
true.
go.
Yeah.
That's 2 tiles slower. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's great.
So yeah, it would have gone something like this. And then you gotta do it pretty
Exactly
well,
like
by
that,
the
actually.
way. So that was not a
Oh,
perfect
yeah, that-
one. That
oh
was the
my
best speed
God,
I
that's
could have gotten.
terrible.
Could have done it that way. And I was like, I don't know if I want this in an invert.
All right, next round.
Oh dear.
But we got some normal gameplay to watch.
Boo.
Did we have
It's
any
a sick strat until you try and do it.
any challenges on this one? On normal stuff? I guess I'll look it up myself.
Rodent said Dev2K in chat on SS.
Okay.
You're doing a good job, Roden.
Alright. So, let's see. Keys on this level, also pretty easy compared to the past. A good example of some of them are easier than others. Red 1 was 20.5, and we had 21 players get that. We rounded up to 21. And then for gold, we had a lot of golds. 43 players got gold here, and that required a 23. So we have a very boosty, high execution skill, defendant, kind of level.
Yeah, this map was something else.
Let's check out Big
Yeah.
Diesel's gold run.
I would agree. Something else.
This map is full of access boosts, clearly.
Let's go! Big Diesel takes an access boost.
So the classic DLC quandary is, do I take the access boost or not? Is it actually fast? We'll find out soon. Is it actually fast?
Always a question.
So that's good enough for gold. We had Dev and Chad were on a challenge here. They were close on the leaderboards, but there was a bit of a gap in between them. And then the gap was enough for gold 2 versus gold 3. So we're going up the tiers from gold 1 to gold 2 right here.
Oh, the access boost? Is it actually fast? Now I'm starting to wonder.
Is
What,
it?
the access boost?
Yeah, I thought like surely no way.
We'll
Is that
see.
where I'm losing time?
We'll see.
Dev, point 2 away from red key. Could still earn that
Oh.
red key.
Yeah. Because now we have time travel.
With a big lead, also. What could possibly happen? That loses
I
like
wonder
a
why.
second. Didn't lose that much. He was
Yeah.
was considerably ahead, but not quite as ahead in the future. Let's check out Glass. Cleaner approach to the ending, but loses it on the boosts a bit. Let's skip ahead to Snow getting a red 2, sub 20.
Let's go.
Matthew Ceiling's goat.
Yeah, I mean, the way the reds were laid out in this one was kind of interesting. It's like, I felt like red 1 was actually, like, pretty easy to hit, and then, like, red 2 was just, like, exceptionally harder.
Yeah, I would agree.
Kind of like Syzygy, I guess.
Yeah. I
That's
feel
what
like
we
the
get with
separation there was, like,
the
two
half second
you know?
tiers here.
Yeah.
I had a hard time not having half second tiers, considering I knew Camel was going to push sub 19.5 from the start.
Yeah, I mean, I think half second tiers made sense on this one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because, like, the amount of time you can save is actually quite a lot. It's not like you're grinding very small, like, frame.
Let's see what JVC did.
advantages.
Uh-oh.
Is that actually faster, that strat?
Probably not if you if you didn't do it. Probably.
I don't know.
not.
I didn't even think about it, so I didn't test it.
What, the jump up with it or something? Or...
The jump and then uplift heavy.
Oh, that. Yeah, I think that is a little slower, but, like, not by much.
We have a 3-way frame tie, Idle Dawn to Dusk, and JVC.
What are all these frame times on?
All tied 8, 9, 10. Fortunately, all worth the same number of points. But had one more person bop them, JVC no longer would have been worth as many points.
Whew.
And that would have cost them team points, potentially.
I was
think this
considering.
level. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was considering bopping Wazi's frame there for quite a while, and I just did not want to grind it.
Fair enough. I think it's hard to time these sections because you have to like make the judgment between getting more speed from the axis boost, hitting the slope and actually just getting to the slope faster.
Yeah.
Idle throwing it away at the end.
What was that normal jump? Well, also, all these ADVs slow.
But yeah, this level was like heavily gate kept by the middle part, and actually the ending
absolutely.
too. You can save so much time on the ending if you get a good one.
Yep.
Brother, I mean, Camel and Nuggies have heard me complain about this like since the start of the week, but like, dude, the ADVs out of that slant ramp. Oh man.
It just actually feels subframe dependent. It's actually crazy.
No, it definitely is. And I mean, I've
really?
said this, but like, I've had so many replays where like I failed the ADV there. I look back at it and I press dash on the frame where it says like angle 71.3 or something, and I'm just like,
oh right,
all right, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Mozzie with a little access boost. Another one.
Both of them. Oh, it took all three!
Oh, that's like
I lost the triple access boost.
Is Arp? Do we know if the access boosts are faster or are they?
We'll see
They're only faster. They're only faster in a certain way. But we'll see.
Sure, okay, yeah. My assumption was because of the better speed, if you just get perfect dashes, then they should be faster. But
Quantum with 1 out of 3 access boosts. And with a frame tie. But Quantum got it first.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. We are hostile to frame ties in DLC, as it has been said.
Yeah, that one also right on the border of did it matter? Had one more person bopped that frame, Mozzie would have not earned a point.
Yeah, I thought about it, but Wazzie's too good.
Nice dashes there at the end, in the prisms. Getting those little boosts.
Arb at the top of red 2.
Ooh, actually behind. Crazy ending div, damn.
We see just enough leeway where, you know, you can kind of see where the time save comes from, but, you know, now we just gotta see it in a run.
Yep, exactly. And we got yet another frame tie at the top here.
Yeah, this frame tie did matter.
Not dashing on the slope because you just lose time.
Ew.
All the other guys just casually climbing up that wall.
Camel with the lead.
Camel did what I did.
Why did I just lose to that strat? Fuck off.
No.
Camel giving
Get
it away
out
a
of
little,
here.
back
Look
in the
at
lead.
this shit.
Well, that's crazy. Camel actually has my exact strats.
Oh my god, he fucked up the ending too.
Literally, like, carbon copy everything exactly what I was going for, but like my run's bad. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What does Tass do?
Surely my strat. Fuck no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that boot.
Oh my heck.
Oh, so you do go over. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, there you go.
Alright.
I didn't know anyone could do that.
2 out of 3. But taking the slope jump to get there.
Sick.
Yeah, it's slower in the first one because of the way that the access moves is spaced from the slope. It's like it's only like a handful of frames faster too, and like it's faster because like you got a 1 frame jump, you get a double boost on the ceiling. Yeah.
Is there anything you can do on the last slope here, or do you just down dash?
It's that weird thing where like you down dash early so that you get phantom slope off of the slope, and you can down dash again for another boost. Yeah.
Oh, you down dash again? Really?
Yeah, it's like you get popped up off the Phantom Slope, and then you down edge again for another small boost. And it's a little bit faster at doing it that way.
Yeah. That's sick, man. Jesus. I mean, only 1 second faster. That's kind of cringe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody find the climb like really awkwardly hard, or is that just me?
No, not really.
I mean, compared to everything else in the map, no, not really, not at all.
I was about to say, like, bro.
I mean, yes, like everything else was also hard, but I don't know why.
all the frame perfect dash inputs for all these ADVs. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
True.
No, the thing is, getting off of that slope going into the climb, you do have that difference between getting the upwards boost and not is like super major,
Yeah, true.
which is kind of awkward.
I guess I just found like getting the quick left jumps to like line up to land, get on the wall fast.
Oh yeah.
Really weird.
Now the real highlight of the stage, Pogo.
Oh yeah, this was silly.
For those
Is this
who
a
don't know
replay
how
of
it
the
works,
struggle?
We now know more about how it works. But
yeah,
basically what matters is you hit the ground and it makes you bounce. And depending on how much speed you had going into the bounce, that's what you get out of it. There's a little bit of funny stuff going on though when it comes to boosts. And I asked Arb very early on, can you make a LOTAD of this? Because my original... so when we were talking about the invert plus time, and this was me and Cal, like, night before that or something like that, deciding on Pogo. And, we did settle on 30. But I just kind of did a quick go through the level, and I'm like, what do you think of 25 seconds? And, well, that's kind of fast, looking back on it, on things. Only Uckies would have earned that, it turns out.
Wait, you wanted 25? Jesus
yeah, I was just like, hey,
that's
what do you think of
way
25?
too low.
I played this at least like 2 hours, and I couldn't get the 30.
This is fucking luck only.
It actually felt like RNG.
It may as well be, honest.
Right.
Given what I
mean,
know about it,
I kind of misled everyone by saying it's just subframe stuff, but it might as well be.
It basically is, actually. Like,
it does have to do with how things align, where you land.
Yeah.
And when so after 2 frames of being on the ground, it then sends you upward. But, kind of like MHPs or fit boosts. You can just stay along a surface a little longer, turns out.
Yep. There is some very weird things happening with this. I'd love to see the source code here because it's just like, it doesn't really make any sense as to why that works the way it does.
But in order to really dive into how it worked and encourage people to lab it out, I set up a challenge between a variety of people here. Pretty high profile invert challenge that ended up being won by Uckies, of course, the world record. Cal included as well. Duck we intended to include. I don't know if he did anything. Where is he on the leaderboard?
Not sure if he did.
No. Idle was also on it. So, let's see what they did.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
Okay,
yeah,
Cal.
he got that, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Did you get the last? Okay.
What the?
Cal's
going to the moon.
In an earlier version of the map, this area used to go lower, that ceiling area.
Oh, actually.
So there used to be another triangle down there. And then that got removed in favor of Pogo strats.
Oh hey, Idle gonna run. Nice.
I'm getting the boost at the wrong time.
Yep.
Yeah, that one feels bad.
Nice, getting the good boost at the end.
Yeah, not dashing after it immediately though.
No, I also did not assume I was good. What the heck was that at the end?
I was starting the
Why don't
taunt.
you just go flying up?
That's some weird taunt thing there.
Yeah, taunts do things. Alright, Monkey's with the first one.
Oh my.
Yep.
Missing the slope after, but no, that wasn't right.
Okay, I like that. Good use of ceiling.
Ooh.
And then this slope, I did not ever expect to get in that way, so not the best
Yeah.
ADBs, but
Just took it.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
My
Got to take it.
lord.
So what's the load tat at? Like 15 seconds?
Yeah,
Not-
so
not
I had a
quite,
little I had a little prediction with Arb, which was I think that the Pogo Lotad will beat the human world record. You know, like the normal world record. Turns out Arb was pretty close, not just to the human task or the human world record, but also to the task.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there
What
we
just
go.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pogo's crazy, man.
Wild.
Yeah.
I think Pogo is really well suited for kind of tiny, like cramped space levels. There was one in DLC 4 or something that had that.
Yeah, Blue Shift, right? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That one was really good. This one was kind of like, okay, you have 3 slopes. You better hope that you get the right RNG.
Yeah.
I guess 4 slopes.
Yeah, but we didn't really know that much about how it worked when assigning.
Oh no, it was
anyway.
fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I had zero knowledge of how this worked. Like going into it, I'm like, all right, well, time to do some labbing, I guess.
Yeah. And it works so stupidly. I don't even know why.
It does.
works the way
I
it
don't-
does.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll show
understand
it
why.
briefly. Frame
Okay.
events.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen right here? You land, and then this is how I did it too. You just stay in slope slide because I needed to go a little slower, I guess. I don't know, but after 2 frames, you leave the ground. Well, it turns out you stay on the ground for some reason, and you stay on the ground. Then after 2 frames, you leave the ground because it's as if you know, were on the ground again. Because you had 0 velocity leaving the ground the second time, it just gives you the default bounce speed, which is way lower and able to be ADB'd out of.
Yep.
And that's pretty fast.
Good old
Really
2000
fast.
speed.
Yeah, you don't really get to see 2000 that much.
Yeah.
This was the one that I was really interested in seeing at at max speed, because you go through here really quickly, and then you have to land here. I see the dash is after all that.
Chat would like an explanation of what an ADB is.
An ADB is an aerial dash boost. Actually, this is a good level to demonstrate it. So
Yeah, this map is
This is
ADB.
the level.
The level, yeah.
yeah. So I'll go back to where this sets up. So normally when you dash, so whenever you dash in the air, it always kind of cancels out your aerial, your V or your Y velocity, that letter, your Y velocity momentum. But the thing is, it doesn't just cancel it out. It actually uses it as part of the equation that determines how fast you're gonna go. So like if you're just going straight down and then you dash, you're going at dash. You're going at normal dash speed. Well, it applied an aerial dash equation to calculate what kind of speed you're gonna get. And the thing is, it was a really bad angle, so you didn't keep any of it. So with all of this fancy data, on the left side we have dash angle is one of these. So dash angle 90, 100%. Alright, you're going to keep all 100% of your total velocity, regardless of what angle it is. Your total magnitude is now applied going forward. So if you're going straight forward, you're going to keep going straight forward to keep all of your speed. It makes sense without really explaining it that way. But if you're not going straight, so right here, the speed value you see 2071.4. Well, if this value is between 72 and 108, so if it's within that 36-degree window, then you get to keep 100% of your speed. So it's not just going straight 90 degrees. It's, within that 36-degree window. So when we do ADBs, we're usually intending to be within this window when we dash. So when it reaches 72, it dashed. The dash angle was 72, so it kept 100% of the speed. And then that's called an aerial dash boost. We also do this after hit rise. So right here, in tasks, we do it at high speeds before hit stop. But as humans, we commonly do this after hit stop. Because when you hit something, you get a little bit of hit rise and it's applied immediately. Well, you can see that the dash angle right here is 84 now. You keep 100% of it. Well, we actually sped up from 2001. Now we're going 2011. And on this next one, we're going to go even faster. Now we're almost in current year already. So that's the other way that ADBs are applied. These are just used as like an optimization kind of thing, typically speaking. Kind of like a high level, you're aware of it, kind of tech, in order to keep going fast and execute this kind of stuff well. But that's generally how it works. There's a little bit more depth to it, but it's very much something that you can just feel out while you're playing. People feel out getting, not this boost, but the second boost. They feel out getting the angle and when to dash. Usually it's kind of hard to do it with this speed coming from a slant, so this was a pretty tough level. Not the normal setup for it. So that level, very much an ADB kind of level.
Yeah, if you dash at the right time, you keep your speed and you get speed.
I don't think there was anything else on my sauce leaves. So onto the two team maps.
Woo.
So we got Green IO by Rat IO. We had
I'd like
11
to
red
request the
keys.
Paul replay here.
Yeah, 1325 by Maso was one frame better than the red key. A-Boss, one frame worse than the red key.
Oh. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Gold was 14 seconds. We got No Face and Air Bear right there. Let's check out what they did. We got a few people at exactly 14. Rodent, Yoko, Air Bear, and No Face.
Hey, what the fuck?
All these frame ties, dude. What the?
How did they manage that?
4 people got the gold.
They had the same strats, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
2 of them on the same
The
team.
amount of struggle trying to shave this time was just horrible.
Sorry, Roden, but I absolutely despise this map.
Oh, yeah, the ceiling, really.
Lucky's already
I'm
surprised.
really curious what's. There's no way that that's the better strat. I'm just gonna.
Lucky's
well,
throwing apparently.
I'm just gonna say that.
Let's check
Our
out
team
Rodent's
was
run. Rodent
missing something.
primary map maker on the level, I think, for gameplay.
Yeah.
Arb, do you have
really?
1 or 2 tasks this year?
2. Yeah, it's
Okay.
The two
They're both
characters.
published?
They're both
Alright.
published. Yep.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Alright, let's skip ahead a bit.
What's the
Plant
Paul
with
one here?
the
Is he grinding
not
this
on a
last
team
minute
but
for
did a
us?
run apparently. Plant not able to share strats with people. Got gold.
What a beast.
Nice. Oh yeah, before we skip too far through the leaderboard, JVC was saying to watch Paul's replay.
Paul's?
Yeah, he grinded this last minute for us to sneak in some points at 20, like right at 20, to give us the leaderboard edge.
Oh, okay.
For Team Worthless. Some last minute clutches.
Eyes down, Evie. Oh my god, everyone is taking the ceiling. What's happening here?
Well, 3 of these are our
Everybody
team.
but Lucky's apparently.
Oh, okay, thank god.
Keep in mind this is not quite red key yet.
Look, I don't know, man.
let's see where red key is. That's Maso. We'll watch the disappointing run from A-Boss. 1 frame away.
Oh,
no. Where could he have saved a frame?
Yep.
it's gonna be the start
Oh,
dash.
there it was.
But
Oh, there's
Missed
another
the
one.
Yep.
Not bad.
So many people are taking the ceiling actually.
Yeah.
Well, I think I learned something from that replay.
What?
I told you I was really struggling to figure out what I was doing wrong on this level.
Dude, I thought it was so funny when you said to me, or, well, not to me, but we were in general, and you were like, yeah, at the beginning, it's way better to not go all the way to the right wall.
What, is it better to go to the right? There's no way.
I'm pretty sure it's just straight up better, but...
There's no way. I literally started saving point 2 the moment I started buffering a jump.
Point 2? What the
Yes,
heck?
like a full point 2.
No, I'm pretty sure it's worse, because if you go left, then it's not like you can instantly wall climb.
No, not going left, but just buffering a jump to the right. I literally wasn't jumping out of my wall run, or my ceiling run.
Oh, I thought you meant you were jumping to the left. I was
no,
like,
no, not
okay,
jumping to the left. Like I was just not jumping at all.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trolling.
Yeah, I guess so. How did that wall work out for people not doing an up dash? Do you actually get reasonably far to the top, or?
What, you up dash?
Before the flag.
Yeah, that one.
I got like the whole.
The
way
up dash actually doesn't make too much of a difference because of the way the dashes
really?
are like lined up there. Yeah, because like you get to the sled like halfway through the dash and it's just like it's not a huge difference.
No, fair enough. Yeah.
So we had a good challenge between Tim 52 pickup and Idle
Yeah, why
on day 1 of the maps being out. So this was the run that 52 pickup won the challenge with, just to bring it up. They actually so the rules was within 2 hours, I think, who got the better run. 52 pickup kept the winning challenge run, which Idle ended up frame tying right before the buzzer beater, pretty much. But winning with the frame tie, 52 pickup got it first.
Yep.
Idle only saving 3 frames after that.
Yeah, I was actually watching the challenge, and both of them beat my PB at the time. I'm like, all right, man. But yeah.
Wazzy not taking the ceiling.
bro, the ceiling's bad. Oh no. Honestly, I feel a lot better knowing it wasn't execution, because like I thought my run was pretty clean. I was like, I have to be missing stuff. That's an ending from Idle.
Yep.
And into the higher eds we go.
Quite a few differences from Alex. Top
Surely-
team worth it.
That light wasn't actually good, right? On the Prism? I tested that a
Surely.
bunch. I tested that a bunch.
We'll see. We'll see.
JVC going to the ceiling.
Yo, why am I going to the ceiling, bro? Now the real replays start.
Pretty sure I don't know what I missed. Wait, I didn't I do 2 light attacks? Oh well. I guess I never got a run with that. Because I'm pretty sure doing 2 light attacks after the heavy on the flag is just straight up better. But we'll see.
Why is everybody doing it down heavy?
Oh, you just skipped the left slant. Of course you do. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that was the thing I learned.
Are you kidding me, man? Also, you did the really hard down light on the slope. Like dash thing.
I actually didn't even do that.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Arm with
Wait,
a better
you,
ending.
really? You did that strat? Is that faster than just doing like dash and then down heavy?
I'm so confused. I'm more confused now that I've seen replays than before.
I feel like everyone trolled on this level.
Yeah, I actually feel
Yeah,
like
a little
everybody
bit.
trolled. Yeah. Are those lights at the end like really good?
I think
I
they're
really
only
didn't think they
good
were.
if you have enough speed, which I don't think you get with that strat. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
mean, Arb did
Do
the
I
low
watch
tag,
Man
so
first?
he's-
Yeah.
Yes, men first.
I was timing that to be way slower, but like even when I got really good speed.
Alright. So Arb with 2 low tads on the level. It was discovered by Arb kind of early in testing that this was potentially not a man level. Kid had some stuff going on.
What?
Turns out we didn't have a kid world record. That was not necessary for Arb to pull out, but could have happened maybe, but it didn't.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. Oh my. Oh, nice the. nice
What?
nice character at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
you guys
the
really
thing with Kid is that like there's a few places that you handle just a little bit better than Man does, and it just kind of adds up to be a bit of an
Yeah.
advantage. Like the flag combat, the combat with the prisms at the start, and the ending combat because her jump arc is so short, it makes her able to like start like do the combat like all the combat sections like a bit better than Man,
Yeah.
despite having
Oh
weaker
my
boosts and
God.
stuff.
I wish I tried this out. This looks fun.
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
and
really
the-
really does. It really doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's just
I guess it's not awful, but
Well, the light attacks on the flag look like something you really have to figure out.
yeah.
and you guys timed the light at the start to be better than like a down heavy from earlier, like from further left, so that you could
Yes.
get on the ground
Yeah,
sooner.
I mean, heavies are just really fucking bad. in
They
that
are, but
case.
I don't know.
I did the light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
you did.
I think the thing with the light is like you're getting a better boost and not much later. If you wait out to get the light there.
Yeah, because you are landing farther right, but I don't know.
Yeah. I guess
I
the funny
tried
thing is
both a
though,
lot.
I do know that landing late is a little bit worse. If you the light or heavy, regardless.
Yeah, landing earlier, I was timing out to be better.
Yeah, it's only a couple
Ah,
frames,
okay.
but
So I was trying to just get the dust from earlier.
Well, for the invert, we have the second appearance of Kill 20 Apples, the plugin, ever.
Yeah.
Dude, this was hard. This was a low time for Invert Plus, I felt like.
yeah, you can blame me for that one.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the sort of intended route is, because
I don't think this one was that
I was
bad.
struggling on this.
It was
one.
not really intended, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest,
My
I don't know what
suggestion, it was
intended route
basically
either.
just put down 20 apples, and we'll make sure that it looks reasonable.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a little bit of discussion, like how low should Invert Plus go, and like how much do you want to space out any of these apples. I think it was less of a routing kind of puzzle in any way at the end, because I would assume people did pretty similar things, honestly. Like there's this kind of natural order that I would expect, but an interesting experience, a good excuse to do the plugin again, I guess.
Yeah, it is really funny that it's on this map after it being only on its debut on CC5.
Yeah. No, yeah. When I meant intended, I meant like whatever or I guess whoever made the Invert Plus time, what they were actually doing. Because Miles got, I think, like a 51 second. I was just like, how is that even possible? I'm like optimizing my shit so hard here.
The way that that invert time came up was like literally Zonda had me test for a little bit and like basically still improvising the map. I had like a 103. So I was like, yeah, a minute will happen. I was like, a minute will happen.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was particularly hard to figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like optimizing fucking flying and shit. I was like, oh my god. Like, what the heck?
It's basically like a no
most of
major
his handling,
mistakes kind of run. That's what a lot of invert pluses are.
Yeah.
You're thinking about it.
That top
Do I
apple
do
in the
it?
little tiny crevice was kind of tough
Yeah.
to grab smoothly.
All the apples lining up.
That's actually
Uh-oh.
just having apples all in one place.
Uh-oh. Barely
Is this
got it.
Sub 1 minute. Oh my
God.
god.
1 minute timer.
Oh.
I think Care Bears was pretty heavily inspired by mine.
Miles with the commanding world record for a bit there.
I don't even remember what I did as to why I had a DA and not DS. That's interesting.
Careful to make sure that the apples don't fall too far to the right. It's a lot more annoying to get them out of the ending area.
Yeah, I actually juggled them all the way to the right death zone because it wasn't too far away.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a little bit troll.
But if it's an
That
apple
was basically
category, we have
small-
Skyhawk. Even
True,
starting
true.
with the more optimal beginning.
Oh my god.
But why?
Skyhawk, please, why?
Let's go.
Probably not necessary to try to save less than 0.1 of that.
Yeah, not at all.
Absolutely necessary.
But this is a more polished looking run for sure.
Mm.
Skyhawk knows how to get that apple out of there. The agreed
The
upon
apple
most
master.
annoying apple.
That's nice.
Beautiful. The Apple Master at it again.
Yep.
Dropping all the apples on that platform. And with the downlight ending.
Absolutely beautiful.
Nice. Setting himself down to the deathbed as well. Wonderful. Absolute confidence that the apple hits it before he does.
Yeah, no checkpoints in that level, so you can't actually speed up the timer at the end.
He wasn't worried. He'd do it again.
Yeah.
Alright, we got Crawley Cave 6, which had at least one other category on it.
Yeah.
Any challenges on this one?
Yes. The low attack.
On the normal leaderboard?
Oh.
Or invert? We have 14 seconds required for red key, achieved by 13 players. Miles squeaking in there. 14 on the dot. 2 players got it by 1 frame. A lot of gold keys. I was looking at the wrong one. Not many gold keys on this and also the upcoming level.
Really?
Gold kind of tough, 14.75. So Rodent getting that, but Hammy not quite getting a gold. So this one
this map was
I Heart Cake, Yoko, and Yoshizukiyo. Who we're all very close actually, so good challenge. Let's check out those. Turn down the music a little.
Yeah, this map was quite the handbuster, at least from what I was playing.
Oh, the ending.
Was this really worse on your hands than something like Lysosceles and Syzygy?
Yeah, I would think so. At least, just this one was like more dense than like what you had to do, right? Like with Lysosceles, it's more like a bunch of small windows. This is just like a lot of things happening.
Yeah, fair enough.
Issa, does your PB do your intended strat? And also, no. Oh.
Dude, IRK actually with the dash jump backlight. What a god, dude.
Hell yeah.
We'll see if anyone does it. Oh, Shizuki doing it. So that downlight there, I was telling Issa that I was unsure anybody was gonna do that at all.
Wait, which downlight?
Down heavy. The back
down heavy. Yeah.
Not a normal kind of thing to try out.
Oh, at the start?
I'll possibly get there again.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
did that in the red key testing, didn't I?
Yeah, so the right here, if you
never
did a
mind.
back down heavy, that.
Oh, that I see. Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because that was that's what Issa was originally intending. I was like, I don't know. I don't know who will do that. But we got one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think I considered it, and then it looked like it was slower than other stuff. So
It's definitely a lot slower than some strat that I'm doing.
Some strat.
Some strat, we'll see. I'm curious if anyone else is doing it.
We'll skip ahead to the Reds.
I mean, with the time gap, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, I'll say I never paced under 13.5, let alone a 13.4. So
Okay, yeah, I could still save quite a bit of time with better boosting. So,
yeah.
so I
Yeah, I mean,
strat diff then, yeah.
There was execution for sure, but I I don't know. I might have just either gave up too much on strats or did not find something.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely a level that's not for everyone. I just really love the middle section where it's like super optimized boosting because you carry it throughout the entire section.
Yeah,
Or
no, I mean, I
through
think the map
multiple
was
sections.
enjoyable. I think the map was enjoyable. It was just like a lot of fast inputs.
Yeah. Oh, did you make a load hatch for this one? Or?
Yes. Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
All the SS leaderboards and the pogo.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Great. Oh yeah, JVC, the one light attack you were talking about. I guess
Which
that
one
was on the first butler, right?
That's what I thought he
I
meant.
don't know if JVC is here.
I don't know what he was talking about then.
I think it's the first one. Like this one where you do a wall jump and then do one light attack. You can get both the dust on the wall and the butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that kind of early, but forgot to do anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, it turns out to not be faster at all, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we,
exactly. So
that was the reason why, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
yeah, I think like I saw it when I was like making the initial test. I'm like, man, I'm glad this isn't fast because it looks pretty bad to do.
Yeah, it's not great.
I do that because I thought it was fast.
Let's see what JVC does.
Okay, so if that's the cursed lady he was talking about, I think there's actually an even more cursed one. I'm not sure if you found both though, but it's not in the test. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yo, it's a fourth? The heck?
Yeah, you got this pretty early too.
Oh, interesting. First doing the ceiling run and then after doing the lights at the start.
Yeah, that might have been something I beta myself in the task or from task basically.
Yeah.
Because you can get the ceiling boost like really early, optimally speaking.
Yeah,
way earlier than
exactly.
you can light it. So
Oh, interesting. Different strats again.
again, I don't know what Campbell's up to.
Alright, so nobody did the light attack that I was talking about.
But did you do it?
I did do it. It was not really a difficult thing. You just have to find it.
Okay.
And there you go.
That one, yeah, yep. Was it really not that hard to do? Because it looked like there's like a 2-frame input window on that.
No, it's definitely not.
Huh.
Or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't think so. Because you stay on the slope for quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there you can see the ceiling boost really good. Or well.
Yeah, you get it like right at the start of the ceiling, so it's like...
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. You keep so much speed there. That's insane.
Yeah, it's, you get just enough from a double jump ceiling boost, and it's like you're moving at like 700 speed toward the end. It's still quite a lot.
Yeah. Actually, I'm curious with the slant right after the ceiling boost part. Is it always better to just forego the aerial dash and just instantly down dash to the floor and just, you know, take the 1 frame of friction you have to go through on the ground because you can't, you know, because you still have an air charge? Is that just always faster? I guess it must be, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing with that is that you just get a better ground boost, right? Like the ground boost is if you get the boost on the slant as soon as possible. You're able to down dash at a point where the ground boost you get is better than the ADB you get. So like dashing in the air is just slower than getting the ground boost.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, we're watching Miles' replay, right, for low jump?
Yep. Alright, so for low jump, the challenge here was just, 0 jump.
That's Hubbo.
Oh, it's Hubbo.
Yeah. So just SS it and 0 jumps. That's enough for an invert. Invert plus was 35 seconds. We had 3 people not quite fast enough to do it, but we have a Worth representative. We have a lot of character variety here, so that's kind of interesting to see. Let's see Glass, who got it with 2 frames to spare. And the normal ghosts. So originally when this was tested, I actually only tried Kid, because that's the common low jump character. And Kid has an interesting solution to this ending area. Which is kind of similar to what Class did, but a little bit more annoying.
What what is this?
But turns out there are a lot of different ways to do it. The first way that I figured it out was not really that fast. But 35 was a pretty lenient kind of time anyway, so you know, plenty of room for improvement and all that. Miles, however, figured out something else. So once this was figured out, it was decided, well, I guess you gotta get a run with it now. And if you do, I'll show it off.
Miles had the butter steets.
Is it swirlies?
You wish.
Yeah, I do wish.
It's the setup into the 1, 2, 3 right tab.
Oh, that's hype, dude. That's hype.
That's really cool. That's a great find. That's not easy to see.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't.
Not
even
required.
See the man.
Yeah,
but definitely very funny to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so slow that you might not get Inver Plus. That happened a few times.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some people are on different teams. We'll check out Aki's run.
not sure if I did anything different than the CBC by happenstance, but we'll see.
Miles is so far ahead.
I should have twirled now that I look back on it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have required it, but twirlies are there.
You gotta take them where you can get them. Also, 27 seconds from heavy. What in the world?
Yeah, that is a time. What?
Heavy grinding a few inverts.
Yeah, he went crazy on a couple.
Huh?
Is this not what you guys did? When I saw man, that's what I thought the strat was, so I fed my
Yeah,
team
same
that
here. Like this is what we did basically.
One. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
you could have reverse slow boosted there. I didn't even see that. Oh my god, that's lame.
Oh, I guess the reverse
Should
slope
have
boost would have
seen
worked
that.
there too.
Better
That
go
actually
back.
really would be pretty good.
Better re-earn that invert plus.
Yeah.
Avon's doing stuff more like what I originally expected. That was my route that I was guessing, personally. Heavy saving the prison.
Huh.
Okay, that's sick.
That's fun.
Oh, you can actually make this. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. All right.
That is pretty crazy.
But no.
Wow, Heavy climbing the right wall.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
So for a
Nice.
brief
That
period of time in the map's development, there were spikes all along the left wall, and this could have been required. We decided against it. It was one of the last changes to the map. This was almost what was intended. But I double-checked with Camel, and I was like, hey, do you think this is too hard? He's like, yeah. So we took out the left spikes. But shouts to Heavy for doing it. We had a low attack challenge here between DCBC and what ended up being Nerdy Linus. There were a few possible takers to the challenge. Low attack is a little bit of a beast on Raleigh Cave 6, turns out. Mostly thanks to the ending.
Specifically kid.
Yeah, it was a kid only challenge as well. So, the attacks are not really hard to figure out until you get to the end. Just, nothing that you can double up until then. But then it's just dependent on, can you actually do it? And unfortunately, Nerdy Line is missing that attack. But there's a little bit more attacks that you can save even if you hit that. So let's see what DCBC did. Some generally cleaner execution as well. Two lights and one heavy. That big side heavy is not easy to hit.
The downlight's worse. I have a pretty good run here, I think.
Yeah, but we're not going to show yours because you weren't in the challenge.
That's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you might want one, so I thought I'd mention it.
Well, good job. That is it for our pre-made levels. But the surprise of this DLC is actually reusing some Atlas levels. And I'm gonna send this in the chat one more time. So, round 1 map poll, vote on the levels you like. We'll check out the results after we breeze through the Atlas levels. We just have Peace of Mind, and then all the inverts remaining. So, what was different this time around DLC? We got some Atlas maps. these maps have visible replays this whole time, so I'm not going to go show that many of them, because you've probably seen a lot of them already.
This
or
is my
hopefully
funny
anyway.
bad one.
This is your bad one? Well, we'll check it out. and
Yeah, this is
verify
the
that.
funny bad one.
I've actually seen this replay. It is pretty bad.
So Dawn to Dusk, 10th place, getting that red key here, which was a 32. Got it by a little bit. Peace of Mind was made by Uckies back in 2021 for a map competition. Did pretty well, but you know, not the best. But you know, we're going for some kind of underrepresented levels, I think is a good way to put it. Levels that they're just, you know, they're good overall, but maybe they didn't quite get grinded that much, and maybe there's something unique that we can bring attention to on the level, like a plugin that you haven't tried before. So trying to play some well-loved levels in new ways, maybe some levels that you've forgotten about. And you know, Peace of Mind, hopefully not a level people have forgotten about, but well, we are reliving it. We have Red 1 up to Red 5. We'll watch one from each tier, I guess. Actually, I was gonna watch JVC's. We'll watch Masa's, and then we'll see how JVC throws it all away, perhaps. We'll be like, oh yeah, it just makes sense for watching them in the right order. JVC's ahead.
Yeah, you kind of are.
JVC, I can't believe your finger layout on default keys. Like, what are you doing there?
Yeah, I saw that post. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's actually, it makes this super strat right here like near impossible for me.
Yeah.
The way that Record does it, but I don't know.
Look, it's fun. You just made a deal with the devil, and that's how you play so well.
Kind of hard to see the ghost, so I'll turn on the name tags.
This run wasn't like fantastic by any means before this, but I think it was sub-idle pace.
In the lead.
Sub idle is a crazy way to. You could have just said like sub 31.
No, I just wanted to be
I said like
idle.
red 3 or something.
I had to let Idle know.
Idle did get 4th place with a red 3. We'll check out this. We'll check out Idles after this. The thing a heavy, kind of a big deal.
I don't even know how you lost or you speed that fast.
Yeah. Everyone really
Some of
kind
it-
of imploded.
Let's see if it was.
Some of it was in
sub-idle.
the super. Yeah, some of it was in the super, and then some of it was the very
Very
end.
close.
Yeah.
Idle in the lead a little bit.
That's my captain.
You're also a captain.
Nah, I'm the co-captain.
Wait, JVC was right. He was sub-idle pace.
Yeah, for a bit.
I think it's like 0.4 of it was in the super, and then like another 0.7 or something at the end.
Camel with a
Yeah,
strong
anytime
run really
was
early.
Yeah.
Did this day 1, I think. Might have returned to it and gotten a better time.
No, I think this is just straight up Camel's day 1 PP. I don't remember if the other one back for it.
Yeah, the leniency on this run was originally. I mean, it looks okay in retrospect. Not that many people got red key, only 10. But going all the way up to red 5, you know, a little not sure about that all the time. In the past, we've tried to make it so like red 4 is a rarity. This time it's not as much of a concern. There's not really a difference between the tiers. And they are a little bit easier intended. Lucky's with a good lead at the start. Well, the first half.
So why is it that you and Camel, like, neither of you just jump up to that ceiling before the first super?
Did I not do that in this replay?
No, you attacked us.
Oh, okay. Well, there was so much leniency. I'm pretty sure I did do it eventually, but I just didn't get a run with it. I was like, ah, fuck it.
Like I was watching Camel's run, I'm like, that just loses time to jumping up there. Like what
Oh yeah, it loses a lot of time too.
Yeah.
I also still question why you guys go to the ceiling at the like top right, and then like light the dust there. You can just down heavy the like whole thing and then not have to go up.
I didn't feel like timing the down heavy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's slower if you do it well, but yeah.
Here, I think I have a better replay. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you don't actually want to cap out that slope boost because you end up
exactly.
too far right. So
That's true, but you can just hold left like before you land into the slope.
oh yeah, no, that's what I mean about the jump. Like that's why the jump is worse because like you're capping out a boost that you don't want to cap out.
Yeah.
But what does TAS do?
It does jump because I'm lazy, but.
Okay.
Nice, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I actually forgot about that ceiling boost there. That was actually part of the intended strats originally.
That ceiling boost is 1 frame faster than the slow one.
Okay.
It like from there to like measuring from that slope to the jump before the double 30, it is 1 frame faster.
Okay, yeah.
We had a fun invert category here.
Ooh, that's cool.
So hyper down dash any percent was the game to play this time. Hyper down dash, well, that's what it is. You go fast when you down dash.
Yeah, hyper down dash is such a silly plugin. It really is. Just so much speed out of nowhere.
What was required for this was 15 seconds. Let's pick a time and watch it. Not a very hard one, but you know the fun is just doing it.
Excuse me.
I think our whole team copied No Face here. He got a really good run really quick.
I love the plugin a little bit too much.
Keeping the hyper down dash boost. I like the ghost showing up at the end.
It's like you look away for half a second, and all of a sudden you just see a completely different part of the map. That's wild.
God, it's so funny, dude. I really should have made a task with this, but I never got around to it.
Well, you do have a few days if you want.
Yeah, true. I guess round 2 doesn't technically start until Thursday.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Round
that's
2
what,
maps
that's
will
what
come
the
out
map's
Thursday.
anyway. Yeah.
Unless I'm crazy, I'm pretty sure Steel Echo does a down dash and then still is able to dash out of it before falling out of the map, which is like criminal.
Oh yeah, he uses double tap dash.
Yeah, I was gonna slow down and show that after the run.
Wow.
Like,
Oh,
what?
that's beautiful.
Like, I could not do that for the life of me.
It's beautiful. How fast you have to be to do that?
So this was a 3-framer right here. There's the double tap
Okay,
down
sure.
input right here. So the
Yeah,
first
mechanism-
input was right when I paused. Then we have the second input, and then 3 frames. So Just
I
fast
could've just
enough.
done this then.
Yeah, you could have. Just raw.
All right, we have 4 other levels that only had inverts on them. So we'll keep the same pattern, by the way, for future rounds. We're gonna have 10 levels. 5 of them are pre-made. Well, not 3 of them are pre-made. 2 of them are team levels. 5 of them are Atlas. One of the Atlas levels has a leaderboard too. So we'll have the same pattern each round for those curious. The first 2 revealed were Treasure Island and Geo. Treasure Island by Giamma in 2014, which, unintended, coincidentally, at C2 was also by Giamma in 2014. Camel picked those ones. It was just me and Camel working on the invert list for
that
Atlas
makes more
maps.
sense. I was wondering, how do you ever get to add C2 to pick?
We gotta have our CMP reference map.
Yeah, true.
Gotta have some variety in there, you know. And we've been trying to find a Katamari Apple level for a while, and Camel found a good one for it.
This one was pretty good.
I will note
it's like a good introductory.
Why did Quantum? Yeah, I gotta wonder why Quantum grinded the SS on this one.
Yeah.
There's something very wrong with the leaderboard here.
That's not from before. That was from DLC.
All right. So as always, I like to watch the struggle.
Wait 1 minute.
Oh no.
So in
Wait,
Katamari
you can't
Apple
get hit.
plugin, you can only hit the apple, and you have to hit it into enemies in order to collect all the enemies. You grow the apple a little bit bigger. It gets a little bit weirder to juggle. In order to get an invert key, you just need to SS it. And in order to get an invert plus, you got to do it in 9 seconds, which turns out you can go fairly lower than 9, and a lot of people did. With public replays, you can do this. But without a route, you're gonna struggle a little bit, like Yoko over here, because these turkeys do just fly all over the place. And they don't make it easy for you.
Oh no, he jumped.
So we expect this to be the kind of like first experience of the level, and it's kind of funny to get used to. But it gets surprisingly janky.
Surprisingly, I'm not sure if it's that much of a surprise, but
well,
let's go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait, why are the treasure things attacking the apple?
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at that.
So Katamari Apple works by using it sets the team values of the player and entities in order to avoid attacks. But that's just what happens. And that is the general route required of an invert plus right there. Slow motion sound effect. Alright, we had a challenge between Woozer and Phantom Matt. They ended up grinding it quite a bit. The record here kept going down a lot too. Steel Echo just kept going down and down. I think Steel Echo and Skyhawk had a challenge as well. Is that right? Yeah.
Skyhawk saying yeah.
So Steel Echo is stealing away an apple challenge. So let's see. Watch Dills run. We got a few tiers. Same kind of idea.
actually improved this a lot at the last minute. Was that, I think, low 7?
Wait, that was baller.
That big bounce though, that was
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how this happened. This is black magic.
Those are butter steeds.
Yeah.
I did that while in a call with you, going, "Alright, man, I got some bad news for you." It's just got worse.
But Steel Echo getting sub 6 with good light control.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I saw that and I immediately gave up on that strat. I was like, "There's not a shot in hell I can do that."
That's some certified kid routing right there.
Yeah. And a cool apple bounce on top of everything.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of It kind of reminds me of the versus Modriggles.
Yeah.
I could never figure out how to get the apple to bounce consistently well.
Can I request my Apple SS?
Yeah, I was gonna show
Nah,
you
dude,
for fun.
What the hell?
So
What do you mean?
while talking about Treasure Island, there are a couple of funny things that happened. One, Quantum Coral decided to grind the SS. So, new record over there.
Sure.
But more importantly, JVC decided, you know what, I'm gonna bop Skyhawk on Apple SS.
Skyhawk PB'd
Where's
afterwards.
the apple?
It's right there in the middle.
So originally Skyhawk had like a 20.
Yeah. So there's an apple over here.
What?
That's some bullshit, dude.
Oh, just wait,
Nice.
just you wait, buddy. Anyway.
Alright, so you know, that looks like all skill, am I right?
I literally had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, well actually that was first try JVC doing it
was?
blind. And here's what actually happened.
I had
JVC
no
just
plan.
kind of starts flailing around. And actually flailed correctly. And we watched him do this live.
Oh my god.
So
I
that
was
actually
so
just
shocked
happened.
when the level ended.
That really did just happen that way.
Perfection.
So
one
feel
of
free
those
to
moments
take
where-
that back if any of you dare.
It was one of those moments where I think I was more surprised than the people watching.
Alright, and we had no air charge for Geo, a map that forces you to play man. And in order to do it, it was just any percent, so you didn't have to SS it. But, you know, in retrospect, we probably could have just made it SS, no big deal. This one was the most common invert, I believe.
Shocking considering how quick Treasure Island is.
There's only one more person that... Okay, so Treasure Island had 35 inverts. And 32 of them were invert plus. Low percent on Syzygy had 34 inverts. Very few invert pluses comparatively. Isosceles 2 had 36 inverts. Not that many invert pluses. Geo had 37 inverts and 31 invert pluses. So these two together, Treasure Island and Geo, were two of the easiest inverts, but also the easiest invert pluses. Or most commonly achieved ones, at least. So let's see. Let's check out someone that didn't SS at first would be good. I think Avenge would be a good one to watch. So there are a few different ways to do the ending here. The ending is the big challenge. The rest of the level is kind of reasonable to figure out. But figuring out how to do the ending was not the easiest thing in the world. And there are a few different solutions. One of them is getting hit by some quills. So with no air charge, that makes this section of the porcupines a lot harder. But it is possible. And, well, a few people, those being Skyhawk and JVC, had a challenge on it to, really grind it down for any percent. But let's watch a kind of fast SS.
It still feels so weird seeing spike jumps happening when people like not jumping in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, the classic unbuffered spike jump.
Yep.
Yeah, very hard.
People
Those
are
ones
too
are
good at
actually
it.
subframe precise.
Yeah.
Wow, Idle did it that way.
Good thing.
I thought for sure it was going to be like cool farming, but...
I mean, you can quill farm for an SS, yeah. I mean, I guess you can, but...
You can, yeah.
Alright, we're missing out on Ghost between JVC and Skyhawk, but they're gonna be close. Two very difficult spike jumps. And a very difficult ending on top. You can also Jorf the ending if you really want. But not required.
Oh, we got a replay.
All right.
Boy.
Surely there's a Jordan.
Skyhawk did originally do the Jorf, but I don't think either of us settled on it. I think it was slower.
Yeah, maybe that's what Skyhawk's requesting.
Probably, yeah. And this spike jump was awful, by the way. The ending was awful, and that spike jump was awful. I had to steal that strat from Skyhawk.
I like that strat too.
Yeah, that looks cool.
There's the drawer.
I had originally forgotten that we could see replays on these levels, and so I saw Skyhawk get the DS, and I was just like, nah, you did not. There's no way.
Alright, the next two that were revealed were C2 and cassette tape. C2, again, 2014 by Giamma. Geo was, I think, also 2021, by the way, by Epon. This Geo was made originally for BRB 1. That was just a man SS run. So revisiting an event map. But I wasn't around to really speak for any of the Giamma maps, so they're certainly a throwback. The challenge here was low direction, which I have up on another window. This one, everybody that did it ended up getting invert plus. The requirement was 0 direction, just SS it for invert, but do it in less than 30 seconds if you want invert plus. And there was a small issue with how I labeled it in a few spots. So in some spots I said worth only, in some spots I omitted it. And it really didn't matter, honestly, whether you picked worth or not. It was more of a suggestion, like, hey, try out worth. But it wasn't required. So I just took out the worth requirement and made it available to everybody. And then Heavy ended up grinding it even more as a result. Heavy ended up getting it as man. So here's one that was just under 36. We'll see if anyone dwarfs in this level too. Yeah, most differences between invert and invert plus was a run with no major mistakes, but I think maybe we can up the invert plus requirement every now and then. Some are going to be easier than others. But we do, I do really like that a lot of people got inverts, so I like keeping those ones, you know, good entry level. We have Foxy did it as Kid. Normally, Worth is the low direction champ, I think. Kid can't do dash jumps while grounded in low direction.
Yeah, true. Unfortunate.
Too much friction. And small attacks matter. the straight up jump at the end.
Yep.
Wait, kids can't do that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she loses. She goes under 300 speed if you do a neutral jump and put her in dash speed.
Huh.
So she just gets a neutral jump instead of forward dash jump.
That kind of sucks.
Can't believe it.
I guess you can still do the ledge. Or...
Yeah, you can do it off of ledge, but if you're just on flat ground, you can't.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah, not without a boost anyway. Which actually, outside of slopes, you can't get on no direction either. So.
Attempt more of a low direction any percent champ. But, you know, you gotta do a little bit of low direction SS here and there. Camel showing some faster burst strats, second place.
These are all S plus, you said, right? Oh, S
Yep.
plus. Invert plus.
Yeah, the leaderboard placement didn't matter here. If you got invert plus, there was no difference between, you know, getting world record and invert plus. Unless you had a challenge on the level, which happened on a few, like the last couple Skyhawk ones. But this one has a little bit more variety in characters. Yeah, world record is much more likely to be shown. Same with character records.
Someone even say guaranteed.
Very nice.
Alright, and the final level, cassette tape by Alex Speedy, was made in 2021 as well, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's in announcements, if someone wants to verify. Or maybe it was more recent than that.
It's 2021.
Okay. Yeah, so here it was low dash. low dash SS or low dash score. We had a very lenient requirement for invert plus compared to invert here as well, where well, the invert was you were allowed 20 dashes, and you can SD it, so you can die a few times, you can allocate some dashes in. There are a few players that did that, but most people went the whole way for the full sub 45 seconds. You know, once you start to route out the dashes, you kind of realize you can take them all out. And then just SS it. And then maybe SS it a little faster. But definitely an easy
I get the
level
feeling,
of
Wesley.
dashes.
I absolutely get the feeling, Wazzy.
That was close there on the
Close,
last
yeah.
one.
Cutting it very close.
Were there any noteworthy replays to show off on here?
Other than Alex?
I think,
I
I watched
yeah.
Big Diesel.
Alex is running criminally fast.
Yeah. Dill coached me through this. We had a team alliance for this one level.
It's
Sure,
because
since it's
I got
psycho-based.
I got the low jumper out for the creepy crawly map, so you know it's a trade off.
Diesel's
Wait,
taking the
what?
lead.
I'm pretty sure I have like
strats.
the exact same route, and then I
That-
choke at the end, so I don't even save a cycle.
Oh no.
This looks so bad as kid,
It's not great.
but my goat.
Kid can at least jump back to the lock after going through.
But, yeah, I screwed up there, so I didn't actually end up saving a cycle.
No.
There's a cheese at
nice
the
clip
second pink block there.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the cheese.
let's speed it up.
The cheese.
I have the cheese.
Jeez, Alex.
Just skip the miles.
I suppose Camel also coached me through what, Peace of Mind? By putting up a replay day one that I watched.
Yeah,
Ah, yes.
everything. He may not do that
Thanks,
again
Gamble.
for you.
Yeah.
He did the opposite on Syzygy though. Made sure you waited long enough.
Yeah, but I couldn't have watched it anyways.
Yep. He just made people sweat at the end.
I didn't think about doing that long climb like that is worth.
Wait, who even did we just watch?
Miles.
There's somebody on. Oh, okay. Yeah, Miles, why did you play Worth?
Hot selection from the peanut gallery.
Ooh.
What?
That's a strat.
Yeah, Jake was trying to do something similar to that, and I was like, why are you doing that? That's so risky. It doesn't make any sense, dude.
Oh, that was new to me.
Well, let's watch Mr. Speedy.
He's so fast.
Emphasis on the speedy.
Getting the Speedy. Got a cycle ahead already.
Are we
Yeah.
sure he's not dashing?
Too good.
Good job to Alex defending his level. Also, shoutouts to Keys defending his team level and his old level as well. Although not Hyper Down Dash.
Fuck that category. No, it's fun. It's fun.
Sure.
But there we go. That's all the stuff. We'll have the same amount of stuff coming soon. On Thursday, we're gonna have 5 new levels show up, 3 new ones, 2 old ones. You'll never know what ones they are unless they're the daily, and then we'll be like, well, I guess we're not gonna use that level anymore. So we're just kind of hoping that some of the levels that we've chosen, maybe they don't show up as dailies yet. Maybe we don't put them in your mind quite yet. What'd you say?
So just re-roll the daily. It's fine.
You could.
I am going to check out the map pool results, and then I call it.
I don't think you have to look. I think Crawley Cave is easily the best.
Alright, so we got a lot of people with different opinions on what their team name is. A lot of worthless. Worth space hit. Team CC6. Okay.
Okay.
CC6.
Rate the map gameplay. Well, Syzygy's got some good results here. I don't have an average handy, but I'll have some stats later. Boggy Doggy Boggy with a lot of 4 votes. Only 2 2s.
Very green results. How appropriate for the week.
Green IO also green. A lot of consistency on the levels. We got some 1s coming out for the team maps.
What the heck?
Oh no, we got the haters in town.
Team Rain.
Straight up collusion. What the heck?
Best aesthetic, we have a decent split, honestly. A lot of good looking maps. Boggy Doggy Boggy, shouts to me, I guess. I helped with the art there. My Isosceles 2 by Big Diesel helped Cow out with the art there. Green IO, Rodin did most of the work on that level. Syzygy by Miles. Crawley Cave 6, Issa did some changes to Temp's original art. So an interesting mix there. Favorite Alice map goes to Peace of Mind. So shouts to Uckies. No one liked Treasure Island though. No Treasure Island votes.
No way. How's that possible?
Well, I guess it's just not the favorite. You know, they might like it, but it's not the favorite.
Okay, yeah, that makes
It's the
sense.
turkey's fault they did it.
So some not quite ties for second place, but if there were tiers, there were 3 very clear tiers. We got Peace of Mind tier 1. Favorite invert key, pretty split. Somehow Foggy Doggy Boggy with low attack being the favorite invert key. Tied with Hyper Down Dash. So people like Hyper Down Dash as much as low attack. You see it here.
What? Pogo wasn't popular?
No way.
Katamari Apple got some love. Let's see, which one's Pogo? Pogo's got one fan.
Not even on there.
It's got a fan.
Oh wait, no, it's one.
One of these is not here. Which one is it?
Nice. I don't know.
Is it no?
Syzygy? No one likes low percent.
Dello didn't vote, bro.
Dello didn't vote.
Della's
All
only
right.
too hard on this map poll.
I guess we'll reconsider low percent in the future. We got a variety of map feedback. You know, this is public, by the way. I'll post this in DLC info, so you can see the results
Good
too.
shit.
People can still do the form as well. You know,
I like the top comments. Like Syzygy needed to think of a better map name. Okay.
Not
enough doggy.
Too much Foggy, not enough Doggy.
Yo, I just want to like hard disagree on that. I think the low attack players would not have wanted another doggy.
Yeah.
I think they might think that there was too much doggy.
Yeah. And then just a straight shock on Green IO that there's a flag in it.
It's traumatizing, man. You see a flag. And
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
see,
oh.
you know, people like stuff. I saw one funny one. Tell Team Worthless to be nice to us.
What?
old map categories are a great idea. Don't like the inclusion of random Alice maps. Oh man. Oh no, we got
the duality of man.
Peace of mind.
Green.
Sucks.
Too green.
Oh no.
I agree.
Sizzy Glizzy too long. Syzygy too long. Well, I'll have you guys know, Syzygy's not gonna be the longest map, but it's gonna be the longest non-linear
Nice.
map. It's gonna be the longest non-linear map. The other maps are gonna be a little bit more straightforward. So you'll see what that's gonna be like on Thursday. At least one of the maps is gonna be longer than Syzygy.
Can't wait to block out an
I like
hour
bottom
of my
comment
day
there.
to finish the map once.
Yeah, I wonder.
5 out of 6 man maps. We got some Green IO haters.
I liked Green IO. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, but I liked the map.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, those
Oh,
all my
well.
alt accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, as seen with comments, we always have people that like and dislike the same exact things. So, it's that's how DLC goes. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yep.
Every
Like
time.
we said, the duality of man.
Can't please them all, but we got a variety of maps for that same reason. So I hope everybody continues to enjoy the maps, including the unique inverts that we have coming up. Because I like the looks of some of the ones we have coming up. I'm looking forward to the ones in the future. This was a good intro, I'll just say. But I think
This
it gets
week
better
was a
than this.
lot of fun.
Yeah. Alright, so that's gonna wrap this up. Do we have any brave Dust Force streamers that would like a raid? Check out the leaderboard again in the meantime.
/vote Hairbear.
Team Worthless with the lead so far, but we're gonna have a little these points are gonna go higher up in value. You know, this 4, that's gonna become a 6 in the future, and then maybe an 8. I don't know. I haven't actually decided how I'm gonna score round 2 and 3 yet. The exact payouts, honestly, but the values are going up. So round 1 is just round 1. You may have lost round 1 if you're not Worthless, but you can bring it back. You know, even Rad.io, not doing so hot, but can definitely still win. I hear
Yeah, we
they're gonna
rally
get more
round 2 and
active.
3.
They did it on Foggy Doggy Boggy, and they can do it again. And they did it in their chat.
What do we do?
Everything else.
Oh. So true.
Except Wysosceles and Woodkeys, apparently.
Bro, I'm surprised I got the wood key on Wysosceles.
Yeah, dude.
I'm being honest. Wysosceles, after I played it for an hour, was one of those moments where I just wanted to like reference that clip of me telling Kyle to fuck his map or whatever.
No.
I'm surprised you got wood on Green IO taking that ceiling, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. The ceiling was so bad.
You guys are gonna tear each other apart. We gotta find
Okay.
a target soon.
Well, at least I didn't take the ceiling on Peace of Mind like the rest of you, so. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, we gonna get an Air Bear stream?
There are a bunch of people
Or
calling
someone
for
else?
it.
No face stream?
Last call for anyone that wants a raid. Either way,
face, no face.
the next maps will come out on
for the
Thursday.
week. I'm taking a break.
Yeah, next maps will come out on Thursday. So you got a few days off. The two teams that are going to make maps are going to be Team V Ceiling 6 and Team Worthless. So they scored pretty well. Those two teams will be making the next maps. The round 2 maps are going to be city themed. So that's basically all we're working with for the theme in mind. So I'm going to create a couple map threads, but that's what we're working with. We got the city in mind. So I will post about that in the near future. So enjoy the break.
Sounds good. See you all then.
Yeah. Read that announcements channel.